the Philippines is entering a decisive decade in which anti-submarine warfare will no longer be a missing capability, but a core requirement of national defense. For almost 40 years, Manila has lived with an uncomfortable reality. While its coastline stretches across choke points vital to Indo-Pacific security, the country has had almost no meaningful tools to detect, track, or deter submarines operating in its surrounding waters. This gap was tolerable in the 1990s and early 2000s, when the region's maritime competition was limited and submarine fleets were smaller. It is no longer acceptable today. China's expanding undersea presence, including nuclear-powered attack submarines and advanced diesel-electric platforms, has created a strategic environment in which the Philippines must rebuild a capability it once possessed but gradually lost. Japan, with its world-leading expertise in anti-submarine warfare, now finds itself in a unique position to help Manila close this gap. To understand why Japan's involvement matters, it is necessary to look at the Philippines' current situation honestly. The Philippine Navy's anti-submarine warfare capacity is extremely limited. The Jose Rizal-class frigates, though modern, carry only a bow sonar and lack the towed array systems necessary to detect submarines at standoff ranges. Their ability to classify contacts in deep or complex waters is thus reduced, making them dependent on external data sources. The fleet also lacks sufficient helicopters capable of deploying sonobuoys, dipping sonar, or anti-submarine torpedoes. Only 2 AW-159 helicopters exist, and their numbers are too small to sustain continuous maritime patrols. The country has no fixed-wing maritime patrol aircraft with anti-submarine capability. Without long-range sensors such as magnetic anomaly detectors, advanced radar, or acoustic processing suites, Manila is effectively blind to undersea activity beyond its immediate coastal zones. This situation is particularly concerning in the West Philippine Sea, where China regularly deploys submarines from several classes. The Type 093 nuclear attack submarine, the Type 0039A-B air-independent propulsion boats, and an increasing number of autonomous underwater vehicles form a layered presence that the Philippines cannot currently monitor. These assets provide Beijing with a quiet platform for intelligence gathering, sea denial, and rapid escalation in crisis scenarios. If Manila cannot track these submarines, it cannot predict or shape events in its own maritime domain. The imbalance is strategic, not merely tactical. Japan's decision to support the Philippines in this field must be viewed in the broader regional context. Tokyo has long recognized that the Luzon Strait and the waters west of the Philippines are essential to monitoring China's submarine routes into the Pacific Ocean. Submarines leaving Hainan or southern China often transit these waters before entering deeper parts of the Philippine Sea. Strengthening the Philippines' anti-submarine capability therefore extends Japan's own defensive depth without requiring constant deployment of Japanese vessels. It is a strategic investment in the security of the entire First Island chain. At the heart of this potential transformation is the Mogami-class frigate. Designed as Japan's next-generation multi-role surface combatant, the Mogami is built around stealth shaping, advanced automation, and a suite of sensors optimized for detecting and tracking submarines. Its towed array sonar, a capability the Philippines currently does not possess, allows detection of submerged threats at far greater ranges than bow sonar alone. This towed system is essential in the West Philippine Sea, where varying temperatures and water layers can distort acoustic signatures. With this technology, Manila gains a tool capable of addressing the most difficult part of anti-submarine warfare: early detection. The Mogami also supports modern anti-submarine helicopters such as the SH-60 or the AW-159. Helicopters equipped with dipping sonar and lightweight torpedoes form the lethal edge of any anti-submarine warfare strategy. The Philippines' current lack of such aviation assets significantly limits the utility of its frigates. With Mogami-compatible helicopters, Manila would be able to prosecute contacts detected either by ship sensors or by allied networks, closing the kill chain that is currently broken. Beyond sensors and helicopters, the Mogami's combat system is designed for network-centric operations. It can share real-time data through secure links with Japanese and United States forces. This is crucial. Anti-submarine warfare is never a solitary mission. Submarines operate silently across large distances, and no single ship can maintain comprehensive coverage. A connected Philippine Navy operating Mogami-class frigates would be able to pull intelligence from American P-8 aircraft, Japanese P-1 maritime patrol aircraft, undersea sensor networks, and regional allies. Such integration allows Manila to leapfrog decades of technological development and immediately engage as a relevant partner in shared maritime surveillance. Japan's P-1 aircraft add another layer to this potential cooperation. If Japan agrees to supply or loan P-1 units to Manila, the Philippines would immediately gain long-range detection and classification ability across large maritime areas. The P-1 combines acoustic sensors, a magnetic anomaly detector, and advanced radar to track submarines at considerable distances. For a country without any maritime patrol aircraft of this type, even a small number of P-1s would dramatically shift its situational awareness and deterrence posture. Training and doctrine form the often overlooked but essential part of this transformation. Japan has built one of the world's most refined anti-submarine warfare doctrines as a result of decades of monitoring Chinese and Russian submarines near Okinawa. This experience cannot be replicated by Manila internally. Through training programs, joint exercises, and embedded advisory roles, Japanese specialists can help the Philippine Navy construct a layered approach to anti-submarine warfare: detection, tracking, classification, engagement, and networked coordination. This knowledge transfer will likely be just as important as the hardware itself. As this cooperation deepens, a new trilateral anti-submarine warfare architecture emerges between Japan, the Philippines, and the United States. Each of the three nations brings a complementary strength: Japanese sensors and ships, American long-range patrol aircraft and satellite systems, and Philippine geography and basing access. Together, they create a distributed detection grid across the first island chain. Submarines attempting to move through the Luzon Strait or the West Philippine Sea would face persistent monitoring. For the first time in decades, Manila would be positioned not only to observe its surroundings, but also to shape the environment through credible maritime presence. Looking ahead to 2030, A realistic transformation for the Philippines would consist of 2 to 4 Mogami-class frigates, 6 to 8 dedicated anti-submarine helicopters, a small element of long-range maritime patrol aircraft, and an integrated information-sharing system with Japan and the United States. This force structure would not match China's submarine fleet, but it would deny the possibility of uncontested undersea operations near key Philippine positions. In strategic terms, it would shift Manila from a posture of reactive defense to one of active deterrence. Japan's assistance is not simply about giving the Philippines new platforms. It is about rebuilding a capability that Manila lost over decades of underinvestment. By combining Japanese technology, doctrine, and regional strategy with Philippine geography and American partnership, the West Philippine Sea becomes a far more contested environment for submarine operations. For Manila, the return of anti-submarine warfare is not just a modernization milestone. It is a restoration of strategic agency in a region where undersea competition will define the balance of power for decades to come.